So they did this to specifically try and get like an Elon response. Like that's how you get clout nowadays. You have to get Elon responded.
They spent $600,000 to get an Elon response.
I know.
And he didn't respond.
In this economy, yeah, I know. Like, and that's the crazy part. I had a look, and he didn't even respond to this. So it's like
we're good to go right now.
New Super Mario Brothers trailer dropped. Do you see it, Lee?
I did watch it.
Storm?
Yeah, I've never been more excited for a movie.
I was going to ask for your opinion anyway. It's a big Italian thing coming happen.
Nothing represents Italian culture like Super Mario.
Yeah. Here's one thing I noticed. Okay. A lot of people hate Chris Pratt's voice, but the thing is, you couldn't listen to Mario, like "It's a me, Mario." You couldn't llisten to that for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
No, that would be difficult.
So like,
I thought he was just gonna be like Mr. Bean, where he just doesn't talk.
Yeah,
it's just all action,
Yeah. But something I did like, I liked Charlie Day as Luigi. That sounded really cool.
Oh yeah.
Like I just know that
he's got the perfect.
He's got an amazing voice.
Yeah. I'm excited for that movie.
Not to like throw Luigi under the bus, but like. He's kind of a bitch, and Charlie Day plays bitches like
really well.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Lee, how has it been this last week?
It's been a pretty busy week. I've been on a lot of Twitter, actually.
Yeah.
It's funny. You guys used to, made some jokes about how I just got on Twitter recently because of Elon Musk, and it is now my like most used social app.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. It's nice. Welcome. Yeah. Like welcome to Twitter. Like
Thanks.
It's good to have you.
You know what? It could have always been dope. I just never used it.
Yeah.
So that's probably what it was.
Well, this week's gonna be kind of crazy because you got two of your favorite people feuding a little bit.
Who's my two favorite people?
Why do I have to explain who that is?
It's Valen and Emerson. They're both.
I think you're referring to Twitter and Apple.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a good story there.
Yeah, there's going to be a good one there.
And a bunch more. Should we just jump right in?
I think we should just jump right in.
Wait, should we acknowledge that we're sitting in different spots too?
Oh yeah, so we did not do a 180 of the camera footage. We're actually in different spots, and the reason is a bit embarrassing. Like me saying it just kind of defeats the purpose of us even doing this in the first place.
Today, Lewis's good side is that side,
yeah.
Where normally his good side is this side. Mm-hmm. So I'm on the other
I used
side
to be
I
used to be Lee's right hand man, and now I'm Lewis's. Basically, they just swapped me. So that's
wow.
why we had to change.
I'll just say it, all right, because I'm a transparent. I was sick the last week and a half. I had a really bad face infection. It was really, really bad. And half my face was dusted, basically. It looks like shit. Like,
this is something you'll only get if you watch the pod. You won't get this on the shorts.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's not bad. It's getting better, as you can see.
It's significantly better.
It was really bad. So I was anticipating it, but that's why we're in different spots today. So
just make sure that we always give our best to the cameras because we love you guys.
Yeah, that's going to be in the fast forward 50-year anniversary trivia.
Yeah, like on episode 38, why was Lewis sitting in the other chair? All right, let's jump right in, guys. Welcome to the Fast Forward podcast. I'm your co-host, Lee.
And I'm your co-host, Lewis, and welcome to the fastest growing Canadian tech podcast in the universe.
This week, we're talking about what's going on with Twitter and Apple, as well as Beyond Meat and its pretty recent collapse.
And you know what? We're also going to be talking about Zuck and Zuck's products. This is a Zuck episode. And we're also going to be talking about Elon again. Like, this is Elon and Zuck, like two of your favorite entrepreneurs right now.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a very familiar fast forward content right there. A lot of our thumbnails have those faces, like specifically those two faces, Musk and Zuck.
Low key, I feel like we should just deep fake our faces to be Zuck and Elon, and we should just argue back and forth in role play.
Yeah, we probably get tons of
then have Tim Cook over there.
Yeah, just
kind of watching,
But then it might be hard for people to decide what's real and what's not.
Oh,
speaking of what's real and what's not.
Oh wow, a self segue.
The entire soccer world was trying to figure out if Cristiano Ronaldo actually headbutt this ball into the net. I actually didn't know about the story till obviously Storm popped it into this week's agenda, but it was kind of funny. So this really big soccer player, the most famous athlete in the world,
most followed person on Instagram,
literally.
Fun fact.
Wow.
Yeah, so hugely famous, took credit for a goal that wasn't his.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he basically, what happened is that his teammate I don't know what the name of the teammate actually is. He's not nearly as famous. Had scored this goal. And just before it went in, Cristiano Ronaldo jumps up and he headbutts the ball, but he misses it like entirely, but it's so close. And actually, it was Adidas' new technology they have in the ball. They call it AI Ryla. Is that right? AI Ryla used in the tournament. And basically, it has like a 500 millihertz IMU sensor, and the ball's connected with the sensor. And they were able to determine that at the moment that he claims he hit the ball, there was no impact. So you can take a look at some of the shots there in the tweet.
Yeah, I see it there. I want to see the video of
the actual
the
shot.
actual shot, because it's hard to like picture, because when you say like if he hit it, like it must have been already in the trajectory of
It was. So
I don't see any videos of it.
I'm going to send you guys a clip that actually shows you.
Okay.
But from my perspective, he completely missed it. And here's my hot take. I still think he deserves credit for the goal. Because if you guys watch the video, the goalie thinks that he's going to headbutt it. And because of that, he completely psychs him out. And that's why this goal that should not have gone in, like a goalie could have easily stopped the original trajectory, but he doesn't because Cristiano comes into play.
Well, that should arguably be an assist then.
In a way, it's like a psychological. Do you see? So you guys see the clip?
Because the goal. Oh yeah,
So watch the guys. The guys
it still is a pretty bad clip. Like I have to go frame by frame here, because what sucks is that like it goes off to the camera, and like even the camera, I'm just watching it frame by frame right now.
And this had sports fans freaking out. Like no one really knew, did he? And I mean, this guy runs around claiming it's his goal. Here's my thing. This is the kind of guy I am. If it's close like that, I'm not taking credit, because it's pretty humiliating if you're, you know what I mean, if you didn't get it.
He didn't think he was going to get called out on it.
He's the kind of guy that in an impulse decision
just claimed it was his.
Like it was his. That's a bad sign. I remember when I first started dating Kayla, one time she knocked over my MIDI keyboard, like it fell.
Oh.
And she goes, "Who put the keyboard there?" Right? I still hold it over her head to this day, because I'm like, in that split moment, instead of just saying, "Whoops," you try to blame it on me for putting it there. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of thing that Ronaldo would do in the split moment.
How long ago did that happen?
10 years.
Do you need couples therapy?
I just do it to roast her. If she hears that, she'll think it's funny, because I bring it up all the time as a joke. It's like a bit of a meme.
It just shows how much of a narcissist he is.
Well, that's the thing. Like his guy.
Because when you hit that ball. You know what I mean? Like even if it
you feel it.
Yeah.
You feel it. On his hair, his gelled hair.
Does that count? If it touches his hair, does that like count as a header?
It didn't even touch his hair. He missed it completely.
Yeah.
And then, he was going to let his other teammate just lose all the sunshine. You know, lose the spotlight. So
he wants his GOAT status like up. So like more goals you score at the World Cup, right? So
it's a big deal. Yeah. You're right. But he didn't do it, so it's pretty.
I'm not saying he's the GOAT, by the way. Someone's gonna roast me for saying he's the GOAT. No. Yeah. But I was just gonna say as well. So mainly this was for offside decisions. Like in 2018, FIFA officials found that that was what needed to be the most improved. So it's kind of cool that the tech playing roles in sports. Some traditionalists might not. There's always pushback with it or whatever, the role it plays. But ultimately, the refs are there to get the calls right. And if we can get the calls right in a lot of other sports too, I think we talked about MLB bringing in the robot umpires as well. Yeah. So just seeing the tech play into live sports is pretty cool.
We even talked about the Netaverse, like the NBA was doing, where they had like the full team, 360 real time. And I think ultimately sports fans, they want to feel good about the outcomes. It's so common when a game's done, and you got, these like 40-year-old sports fans being like, the fucking game's rigged. The refs are, it was the Celtics, 5v8, the three refs were on the other team. It's just like, it takes away the joy of victory, and also the humility of losing. And I think by adding technology to make like this, you can't really fight this. This is pretty precise. It doesn't have human error.
It's more, they treat it more as binary, right? Yeah. Versus that gray area with a lot of human aspects of it. So.
Exactly. So I think ultimately it's good for sports, and some of the traditionalists will have to just suck it.
And shout out Alphonso Davies for scoring the first Canadian soccer goal in the World Cup ever. Yeah. So put Canada on the board there, made history.
Made history.
He got smoked in the game, but I mean, it was pretty cool to see a goal by Canada. So
yeah. Well, speaking of losing here, Lee, Zuck may have gotten kicked out of Meta.
I don't know about that. What's the story on that?
Well, it's funny because Storm reported it, but then so he was rumored to be kicked out, right? But I mean, I thought in my head, I was like, doesn't he have like some majority shareholder type of thing? Like this dude has like that almost is what makes Zuck is that he has so much power in his company. But it was rumored, but it turned out to be false, and someone on Twitter confirmed that. However, Facebook is cleaning up their algorithm a little bit to get rid of trashy content.
Like stuff like saying Zuck's leaving.
Yeah.
Get rid of that fake.
So they're running into some issues here because what they're doing is they're taking their most popular posts, like they're trying to remove the trash to make their algorithms better. But obviously they're running into issues with that because they have to define what is trashy content. So how do you think you do that here, Lee?
Yeah, what would you say is trash content that they're trying to battle here?
I honestly don't know how they would be able to determine that with an algorithm.
Yeah.
Like bad content, maybe just like no reactions.
That's kind of like, it's almost like you have to use that with like the way YouTube and TikTok approach it, because Meta is starting to put like short form content into their all their applications. So I think just maybe if you do it the similar way to how TikTok or Facebook do it. But anyway, they're saying that they're working on it and that they've significantly improved their feed, but they still haven't revealed how that was. But it probably is some sort of algorithm that way.
Here's the thing. We talked about this last time about how like platforms with different incentives can create different like qualities of content, which is why I like Twitter so much actually now, because I find like I can get so much value out of it. One thing I find about Facebook is it's so common that you'll find these videos that are like 20 minutes long, and it's like a guy making this recipe and it's just to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Or a girl like trying to like fix her dress and you just like think it's about to like rip open or something. That's usually there's usually like a combination of curiosity, lust, and like total bizarreness.
It's like it's kind of like what is it? It's where
It's a hot girl
the video
always.
is like the video is engaging, but it does like the payoff
There's
isn't
none.
there.
And the thing is, it's not even like they cut it off before it happened. It was designed to never have a payoff. It was designed to keep you engaged, call it engaged, but it's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's like a very like not good quality content. So that's the thing is like those videos do well because of two things. Like watch time percentage and like total number of views, right?
And also engagement too, saying like, "Oh, F you.
This video sucks. I
Yeah,
hate these comments."
why the hell would you do that, right?
Yeah.
If you look at the chart in the link on that story, Q3 of 2021, they said that 20 posts. They said that measured by reach that qualified as engagement bait. So they're combating engagement bait. That 20 posts reached in 2021 compared to Q3 2022, where it's down to one post. That's reaching like high engagement and watch and viewership. So they're trying anyways.
Yeah, that's actually engagement bait. It's an interesting term. Yeah. I think if there's a way to report after, like, did this video suck balls? And I could just rate it like 1 out of 10, like very unsatisfied. Yeah. That's what YouTube said that they're doing. So YouTube has the same problem with clickbait titles and then like content that's like really engaging, but like doesn't actually provide value.
TikTok does the same thing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So TikTok does a survey. Like was this video?
Yeah. Like it like randomly polls you, but sometimes like when you swipe through a video, it'll just say like what did you think of this video? And then like it gives you 5 options. Do you want to hear some also kind of lulzy here, Lee?
What's that?
Is that after it was the leak came out that he was going to be kicked out, leave out of the company, the stock went up by 1%.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, to be honest, Mark Zuckerberg's his leadership's really made shareholders scared. Yeah. His big bet on the metaverse has made people afraid of the future of the company. What do you think actually on the whole like Zuckerberg and his like, I guess, like elite level power he has at Meta? Do you think it's like good governance for him to have on like such a huge public company to have that much control?
I mean, probably not. You know what I mean? That's just not really my philosophy whatsoever. I don't think one person should be in control of so much ever, really.
Yeah, I don't know what his actual equity is. Mark Zuckerberg's ownership of, let's look it up here.
If you saw that Zuck was out for real, and you got insider information that it was going to happen, would you be buy or sell?
Oh, buy. Yeah.
Buy?
Yeah, because I think as an organization, Facebook's a money printer. but it's because Zuck is a visionary in a late stage company. That's why the stock's what it is right now. Like Meta's a great company, like financially speaking. They have like such crazy free cash flow. So like they're really undervalued right now because people think that Meta's making too big and bold of a bet too early. That's literally why the stock's low. Like, I mean, that plus the fact that we're in a recessionary environment.
Yeah, but at the same time too, it's almost like, are they just going to be left with a dead product, you know?
Yeah. It would probably fade over time. But
like Facebook, I mean, they could find a way to increase. I mean, that's the only way they're doing it right now.
I think hypothetically, I mean, there'd be two potential outcomes. You pull Zuck out, there's either it becomes like very lame and like a dead enterprise software company, or they fill the void with a new leader that has like a great vision for the company and is like, but doesn't have all the power. So like this is the actual numbers here. So Zuck owns 13% of the shares, but he controls 54% of the votes, thanks to a concentration in a class of stock which has supercharged rights. So that basically means he can make any decision he wants. It's 54%.
Yeah.
That's almost like hilarious. It's almost like he can just do anything out of spite, like
just to piss people off.
Yeah.
And man, he's I feel like at Meta, he's like, you have to be careful.
Like you can just see the executives are like, all right, we're going to stop bringing chocolate pudding into lunch and you just see Zucky's like, no, keep chocolate pudding there.
Yeah. And like, okay, fine.
I want my chocolate pudding.
Yes. You can't piss him off.
It's like the plot of like Boss Baby is just like just Zuck.
And interestingly, this kind of concept where founders have like a huge percentage of their ownership, even when all these investors and private equity and everyone else even the public market has come in. There's like a lot of founders in recent companies that have this type of setup. So Zuck's not the only one. But interestingly enough, I know like obviously this is Elon Musk here, but he actually has a different philosophy on this where if he's not the right fit, then you should be able to fire him. And that's what he's always that's his philosophy in all of his companies. So even though he owns, I think actually close to what Zuck owns, like around that 13% mark, I think it's somewhere close to that in Tesla, he doesn't have the supercharged voting rights. So if the Tesla shareholders want him out, then he gets voted out. Yeah. And that's how he actually believes that's like the right philosophy, because if the shareholders don't think he's the best for the company, then he's not. So he has to basically earn the confidence like democratically.
Yeah.
Which I think is a really cool philosophy.
That's how his pay structure is also implemented as well.
His pay structure is based on share profit to shareholders. Yeah. So like he doesn't get paid unless they all get crazy capital.
Which I actually think that's like how a lot of corporate CEOs should get paid. You know?
Yeah.
I think Twitter is back in the news.
Yeah, again, it's not, every week we'll be doing the Twitter update.
Yeah, this should be the Twitter podcast.
We go back in time to like 3 episodes ago when he first bought Elon first bought Twitter, and I can't remember, one of you guys said, I can't wait to look at this in a year and see where it's come. And I'm like, we're gonna be looking at this
every week,
every day,
every week.
At least for the first couple of months, it's gonna be pretty busy. And I mean, Elon's been busy. The headcount has gone from 7,000 to 2,000. So
wow,
it's dramatically more than I predicted, in like dramatically faster time frame.
And weirdly, nothing has changed.
No, I mean, I hate that comment. I've seen it all over Twitter. It was like this one guy had the audacity. He was like, so Twitter now has 2,000 from 7,000 employees. And literally nothing has changed. The app works fine. And then he goes on to say, you know, if you ever feel useless in life, just remember that 5,000 people at Twitter have been laid off and their jobs were meaningless. And it's like, it's not true at all, because really all 7,000 people were less productive. And now that there's fewer of them, obviously their smaller teams are more efficient. So like to say that the 2,000 people that are still there are like good and the 5,000 are gone is bad.
It's so stupid.
It's very stupid, but it is cool to see.
It just is surprising, like how you can't, because we're talking about software engineers here, and we're talking about like a global scale, not freaking just,
software engineers.
Yeah, sorry,
throwback.
Sorry, Alberta. Like that's a huge amount of people.
Oh yeah, it's people in the content moderation, account managers, salespeople. Like it's across the board. I think the engineering department actually had the lower side of the cuts. Mm-hmm. I think he's more of a engineer first type of leader. Like he wants more developers. Mm-hmm. Developers. Like he's a really big on the engineers should drive the company, not the salespeople.
Here's the thing though, Lee. That's not even the biggest news to happen. Like this is not even the Twitter talking point this week.
There's more.
Tell me all about this.
So, I mean, Elon apparently has got a bit of beef with Tim Cook right now. So he goes on to say on Twitter, Apple has mostly stopped advertising on Twitter. Do they hate free speech in America? And then he goes, what's going on here? And then he tags Tim Cook. Okay.
How does that make you feel? Both of your freaking soulmates.
So,
going head to head.
Gotta be careful what you say here now because,
your parents are about to get divorced, dude.
Yeah. So obviously I'm a big fan of both their companies. But I do have to side here. Not with Tim Cook specifically because the actions aren't consistent, because I did see, and here's actually a funny side note we'll jump into quick. Elon didn't bring up what Tim Cook's doing in China with Apple because Elon's also heavily aligned with China.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but Apple made it so that they limited AirDrop in China because people were using AirDrop to send messages in the protesting,
for sure,
because everything else is censored. So AirDrop is the only way to send messages randomly and keep everyone safe too while doing it.
Yeah.
Tim Cook and Apple, they made the decision to limit it to 10 minutes, and then you have to re-enable being AirDrop from everything.
Yeah.
So basically it's completely screwed up. It's not practical anymore. And then they have, different, they want to remove Twitter, when they're stopping protesters in a censored state of China. So to me, that's not really having equal values across the board. It's just kind of appealing to the certain, markets or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of funny to see. He went on to say that they have a duopoly and that they need to get rid of their tax on the internet. And then there was a funny, tweet that was circulating where Tim Cook was like, your feedback is appreciated. Now pay your 30%.
Yeah.
Which for a brief moment I thought might've been real because the darn check mark, but you can't believe the blue check these days.
Yeah.
I think,
no way Tim's paying $8 a month. That can't be real.
My thing here, sorry, go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, the other funny part was he also mentioned that he'd make his own phone.
Yeah.
If he's if they kick Twitter off of the Google Play Store and the iPhone, they're not on the app stores anymore, he'd make his own phone. I think he might just be kind of saying shit.
Yeah.
Just to get people going.
For me, here's where I think is that I think Elon's thing of free speech for Apple is it doesn't make sense. Them deciding to remove their advertising is a thing of their free speech. But what I do believe, and we've talked about this before, is that Elon's right about the 30% duopoly that Apple has. It's something that is very much. I just think it's ridiculous. I think because there's no option. We talked about this with the Epic Games. We talked about this with the Spotify thing. I think it was. Actually, I feel like we talk about all the time, but my values are still here. I think Apple is crossing the line with 30%.
Yeah, it's too bad that they're they earned it. I think that's what we talked about last time. Is that it's part of their business model. There should be more competition to make them fight that price down. Who knows? What would the price actually what should it be? Should it be 30%, 20%, 15%? It's hard to know when there's no competition, because Google charges 30% too, right?
I think so. Yeah.
And then
Google and Apple needs it. But here's the thing that's funny too, is that Google Play, well, here's the thing. There are other app stores on Android.
Like the Samsung App Store and stuff like that?
I think so. But I guess it's just a matter of when people go to your markets, it's kind of like a Walmart type of thing. It's how can you really validate when it's fair when they're just providing the better service constantly?
Yeah. That's the thing is they kind of built that advantage. They didn't just get it given to them. They really built all of it, So that's why to me, I'm I just wish capitalism could work without, in this instance where there's a healthy competition making it tough for them, but they're just too good. They made the game not fun. When you're too good at the game, it gets to the point where no one can compete anymore. Because what is someone else supposed to do? Make a phone? Is it going to be anywhere near as good as the iPhone? Not a chance.
Exactly.
Is the OS operating system going to be good? Probably not. So yeah, it's interesting to see this debate kind of come up, more. I don't know if anyone can tell Apple to drop the price from 30% to 20%.
Part of me feels what they should do is they should drop, maybe try dropping the transactions down to 20%, and then charge the developers the license, make a higher licensing fee for the developers or something.
Yeah, because they're still going to keep developing it, so that way it'd be framed different, or just on the reoccurring stuff, like just be a bit more like when someone downloads the game, like let them buy credits in the game without charging 30% on it, you know?
Or like different tiers, like, but it's just, oh man.
People will just get around it.
It's just so tough.
Everyone would make the game free.
And then make
and nerf it so that you can't do anything until you actually pay.
That's why their policy is like so good in a way, is they just have it flat.
Yeah.
It's like, no matter what you do, like you can go this way, you can go that way, but we get our 30%. And almost it's kind of like the American tax system, right? The more like nuances you add to try to fix something, you just create loopholes for scoundrels to like manipulate. Where if you just kept it like super simple, there's no like, you know, cutting around this. It just kind of works.
It just is nuts though, because if you look at the whole entire thing, you have the 30%. So like if you do a $10 microtransaction, that's 30% off already. Now you're given $7. Then you have to pay tax on that $7. Oh man.
But you know what ultimately all this does though? Is it just makes everything more expensive, because the 30% is across the board. So it's not like 30% for some companies, not others. Mm-hmm. So everyone's building their pricing models on top of the 30% tax to Apple.
Actually, I'm trying to think too. I think I read somewhere that it's 15% under $1 million and it's 30% over $1 million.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hasn't been something that we had to worry about before. We do have an app. We've had a couple apps that we've deployed. We've only deployed them to the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store.
Yeah, but they're only at $950,000 in revenue, so we don't know what it's.
Speaking of which, check out drop all of our apps. But then, so they've been beefing. But then now, very recently, right as we're recording this pod, Elon posted a video.
He's at the campus. He's literally, let me just pull it up on Twitter just to see if anything's changed, like literally in the last couple of minutes.
This is how, like, we're giving we just need to live stream this shit from now on, you know? Like,
imagine there's got to be a live stream out there of someone just sitting there, and every time an Elon tweet pops up, talks about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got to be.
Yeah, this is like, hold on, let's see. So he said, "Thanks, Tim Cook, for taking me around Apple's beautiful HQ," which it is beautiful.
Oh, absolutely.
But then that's it. Like, what? Like, I think he posted that on Twitter knowing that everyone was going to get all like, wait, you were just fighting with him yesterday. Now you're at the campus and he took you on a stroll. Like, do you know how crazy like the sight of Elon Musk and Tim Cook just walking around Apple campuses? Like, if China wanted to, like, you know, like that's China. Those are the only Americans left that have like any relationship with China. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's an assassination target right there.
Also, I think I find it hilarious too, because there's a little brief moment where you can see Elon, like the shadow, like taking a pic, and then you see what looks like Tim Cook, like right next to him, looking at him recording the video.
Oh, that is Tim Cook. You can see his glasses.
It's like hilarious to like think that they're just silently.
Tim Cook's just watching Elon go quietly in the background,
recording it on his Android phone.
Yeah, like Tim Cook is like trying to talk, and then Elon's like, no. Shh.
Do you think Elon has an Android? How hilarious would that be?
He tweets from iPhone. It's been confirmed on his
It'd be funny
Twitter.
if he's like, yeah, one sec, Tim, and he whips out an Android just for this video.
Just to troll Tim.
Yeah.
Like if you look at his tweets, it says Twitter from iPhone.
Right.
So Twitter for iPhone. Yeah. So he's on the Apple ecosystem. I mean, of course.
Yeah.
Dude.
Lee got all defensive. I was just trying to make a joke. Lee's like, that's blasphemous. Elon would never.
Elon recognizes good design.
Lee was just talking about like, perfect time for an assassination, and then I bring up Android with Elon, and he's like, that'd be worse than death to Elon Musk.
Speaking of Elon Musk, okay,
he's gonna live forever.
He's going to live forever
through
this 12,000 pound metal sculpture. So a group of cryptocurrency entrepreneurs delivered a 12K pound 600,000 metal sculpture of Elon Musk's head on a goat's body riding a rocket to Tesla headquarters in Austin. So they did this to specifically try and get like an Elon response. Like, that's how you get clout nowadays. You have to get Elon responded.
They spent $600,000 to get an Elon response.
I know.
And he didn't respond.
In this economy, yeah, I know. Like, and that's the crazy part. I had a look, and he didn't even respond to this. So it's like,
especially as crypto entrepreneurs right now, like they're not doing too hot right now.
This is everyone. That's all of SPF's money that they went into this to try to reignite crypto. Please make a Dogecoin tweet. Just do it. Please.
Literally, that's like
Doge must have pumped when that news broke.
Oh yeah.
Thinking that he was going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Had to have.
It's crazy how much of a cult following Elon has now. He's like
you do anything. I mean, for years now, whenever you tweeted at Elon, you get clout. Like David Dobrik, I remember he had a video where one of his friends was driving his Tesla Model X like up like a
the hill.
up the road, and then it like
went flying,
probably like 10 feet up in the air or something, right?
Yeah.
And then Elon tweeted back just an exclamation mark. It made that tweet go viral. It was nuts. But
this goat body looks like a slinky. Like it's hard to even tell it's a goat.
Like a wiener dog or something.
I'd be kind of pissed off if I spent $600,000 on that because that's like they did good on the Elon's head.
The only person that won was the person that collected the bag making this thing.
Oh yeah, dude, this is like.
Yeah, I honestly think this must have been from his enemies. I'm pretty sure this is a Trojan horse. Inside, there's a couple of guys just waiting for this to.
Inside, there's Bezos looking for Blue Origin.
Yeah, trying to get data so he can get his rockets to land.
Here's a gift, Elon. But if you're Elon Musk and this shows up at your house, like pretend you are Elon, how do you react to that? Do you think it's funny?
It's too much,
and you just don't want to talk about it, or it's too much?
It's
right?
too much.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's too much. Like if it was something more playful, like the idea that they spent $600,000 is upsetting.
Yeah.
Like why would you do that? You know what I mean? That's more than that. That's more money than all of the houses that Elon owns now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
True. It doesn't feel like funny enough.
Yeah, like I don't feel.
Feels kind of like they missed the mark on.
Yeah,
too on the nose.
Too like quite literally culty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it was a kind of funny, I feel like he would have fucked with it.
Yeah.
But
like if I got this gift, I'd be like, scared of the people that sent it.
Oh yeah. I'm not getting any responses out of this. Like, I mean, I'm not like a big fan of crypto. I'm not like a big fan of like Elon, but like even then, like I would be able to acknowledge something dope. I just feel like what a bunch of losers who spent $600,000 on this piece of crap, you know?
Lewis is calling out these people.
Yeah. You see this right here, 600,000. That could have went to charity. Instead, you little
Wasted
bitches went to fucking do this shit right
so
here.
Did he just return to sender on this one, you guys think? Or like where's this gonna go?
Yeah,
like,
he's probably gonna melt it down and use it to make a rocket.
Yeah, honestly.
It's probably $600,000 worth of metal.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
might as well use it.
take the 12,000 pounds of steel and do something with it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's like that does not look like a goatly. It looks like fake meat to me.
Speaking of fake meat, we have a little story here on Beyond Meat. You guys remember Beyond Meat?
Beyond Meat is in trouble?
Dude, they might be dead. It might be beyond Meat. We might be past that.
It might be beyond meat.
Yeah, like I think the trend that we're seeing right now with all these plant-based meats is that it's move out of the way plant-based meats, come on in lab-grown meats, and maybe that's what the market's showing us. Kind of funny. Beyond Meat is now off of the animal meat and onto human flesh.
Wait, what?
At least that's what ex-COO Doug Ramsey got into after a post-football game brawl. So not only him, but a couple other execs and 200 employees have been laid off. And this might be the end of the trailblazing for the company.
Can
we back up and talk about the part where he bit someone's nose?
Wait, no. Beyond Meat is off animal meat and onto human flesh. Like there's human flesh in Beyond Meat?
No. Doug Ramsey,
okay,
the COO, he bit someone's
Ex-CEO.
nose. Ex-CEO.
Okay.
He bit someone's face.
Oh, like Mike Tyson style.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is like a good sign for company culture. The fact that their COO is at a football game.
Wait, so this
brawls.
So wait, this guy got into an argument about football at his own company and bit someone's nose off.
Football game. At a football game. But he represents the company, right?
Oh, true.
So it's just
that's not vegan at all.
No, it's like he's eating human meat.
Actually, it might be more vegan to eat humans than
it's animal cruelty.
There's no animal cruelty.
I mean, we're animals though.
But like,
you know what? Now that I think about it, giving my kids vegan meat is fucking animal cruelty. Because my kid's eating that shit.
But I'm just saying, like, vegans want equality, right? They want to be walking around a field with their chickens and pigs and shit. Well, what happens if
this guy's not a vegan, dude.
If you start eating like humans, why not just eat animals at that point too? Like that's equal treatment.
The fact that he could open his mouth and put another man's nose in his mouth.
Yeah, I don't think he swallowed. I think that's the important distinction here.
Oh, yeah, he didn't eat it.
He spit for sure. So.
Yeah. The thing is, though, is that he obviously isn't a vegan.
It tasted like Beyond Meat. That's why I spit it out.
I think the one takeaway from that is that, cruelty free is giving my kids a delicious steak.
Yeah.
I love my children.
I just think it's crazy.
It's cruel to give them some other shit.
I think it's crazy that the guy from Beyond Meat is having beef with people. It just doesn't even that was his whole mandate.
So what do you guys think though? Because here's what I'm taking from it. Like veganism was on the rise. I actually looked at Google Trend data in New Zealand, the UK, Canada, a number of different countries, and almost all of them had it peak in 2019 Q4, 2020 Q1. So just around that time was peak, and now we're kind of circling back to normal levels. So like at least Google's search of veganism's gone down, that doesn't mean the industry has gone down. It just means the excitement wave is over. But I also looked at the market, and from 2020 to 2021, it grew from 14.4 billion to 15.7. So like just over $1 billion, less than 10%. That doesn't even really even grow with inflation. Like that's a really small number. It's barely growing. Yeah. Is the vegan food trend?
Does vegan food market include nut-based milks?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's still going to rise. Like that's somewhere.
That's been on the rise.
Yeah, that's something I'm down to. But I think vegan meats. Here's the thing. Do you know where Beyond Meat really fucking ruined it?
What?
Have you ever seen the KFC nuggets?
I have seen them. I've never eaten them.
But you see, they can't even in the promotional ads make them look good.
Damn.
They look like Play-Doh, dude. Like I'm trying to
Let
see
me
a
pull
picture.
These out. Let me see.
KFC or KFC.
They look like if your 2-year-old niece brought them to you in the house, you'd go num 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 and not actually put it in your mouth. Oh my
god, it looks like an eraser in there.
Yeah, it looks like an eraser battered with freaking. But here's the thing, though. I just Googled it, right? And if anyone here knows, the report of the week.
No.
He's like a huge YouTuber. He's like this really nerdy kid who wears a suit while he reviews food.
Okay, yeah.
And he takes it really seriously. It's actually hilarious. But I'm looking at the top search result was his video, and it says they're incredible.
Oh, he likes the Beyond Meat.
Yeah, and he's usually I don't know. Anyway, that thing sucks.
What if it's these big meat franchises that want to actually pretend like they're on the Beyond Meat side, but then they're actually trying to make them look like shit so that people stick to to their bread and butter, to their main chicken, right? They want to sell more chicken, so they make the alternative look disgusting.
Oh, yeah. So this photo was posted by the beef farmers of America or something.
It's almost like a reverse psychology. they say that about the Westboro Baptist Church where it says God hates gays outside a thing.
Yeah.
Some people say they're pro LGBTQ. Because they're trying to make protesters look bad. That people are like, oh, I'm not going to support that.
Kind of like the teacher that was at the Ontario school. I think it was Brampton, who had the massive fake tits.
Oh yeah.
There was rumors that do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, Storm, you don't know the story?
I actually don't know.
Holy cow, Storm! This is a crazy story. Yeah. So this teacher in the States. This is not like tomorrow. This is not like a fast forward subject. Yeah, in Canada. Sorry, Canada.
Yeah.
I think Brampton, somewhere in the GTA.
Yeah.
This teacher just showed up at school one day with massive fake tits, massive,
and a wig and a dress and like
skimpy outfits.
Yeah,
very skimpy.
And when he says big,
I'm not saying this he's not hyperbolically. I'm trying to be very literal.
It's looking like the Quaker Oats Dolly generated tits that we saw way back in
episode
19. Where
it's literally if I try and blow up a balloon as hot, it's honestly comical, dude.
It's like this kind of size.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's huge. And anyway, people found out later on that he actually had an incident, a woke incident at the school where they gave him crap about something. So he did this as a way to I don't know, protest.
Yeah, he was trying to prove a point about
the line, there should be a line for woke culture. There's and the thing is, they gave him crap for whatever he did. I don't know what he did, but then now he's in class dressed so ridiculously, and no one's done anything about it. So so people think the same idea as what Lewis is saying, that he's basically protesting,
become a caricature to prove the point of how ridiculous the one side is that you're against.
Yeah. Because the thing is, people didn't even think it. People believed it was real because it's these days it's pretty plausible, right?
Right.
So same idea with the Westboro. I've heard that rumor too, Lewis. Is that confirmed or is that just
no? They're definitely pretty crazy. like AF.
Either way, they're crazy.
Either way they're crazy, but they're absolutely nuts right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get a photo for Storm here of the huge.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is like,
appreciate it,
dude. It's like,
can you send it in my work DMs?
Yeah. Here, I just sent it in the FFP chat. Like it's so insane. Like they're just so unnecessarily large.
And it's also like, it's just like, it's so stupid too, because it's like no one dresses like that. That's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So beyond meat, the long game. You think? True.
we kind of went on a little bit of a roller coaster.
We went beyond meat.
Yeah. Quite literally.
Maybe cut it.
But like the trend is not super exciting. I think you're right about nut milks, Lewis, but I think it's also starting to find a bit of like starting to taper off.
Yeah.
Like the people that would drink. Who do you know that drinks dairy milk anymore?
I don't. But at the same time, dairy milk is still like, because like we're kind of progressive, you know. Like I would say that. Well, I don't like. Do you drink real milk?
Yeah, remember you guys chirped me for it.
Storm does drink real milk because he's still at home with his parents. That's why. Like, well, no, not a way to throw shade, but like if I was at home still, I'd be drinking fucking milk too. Because my mom drinks dairy milk.
I used to like literally have
it's like lactose free.
Oh, is it?
It is, but it's like still like milk.
It's milk.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
I miss it.
I used to drink.
I only
milk.
use water in my cereal anyway, so I don't drink a lot of milk.
Holy shit, dude!
Were
you bullied as a kid? I hope you damn were.
Being bullied right now. So yeah, like milk's not common with people our age that are like making their own choices.
Yeah, but there's like huge, but like there's still a lot of.
I think there's the difference, right? With milk, it's like because people can't. I don't think it's like an ethical thing as much as it is health, right?
Yep.
So then it's like, but then like the ethical thing's the meat. So is Beyond Meat going to be overtaken by cell produced meat? Probably. You want the real stuff as long as it's cruel free. Like,
that's the thing. It's like you can never. There's something about just real meat that like plant based couldn't emulate. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And if lab based can recreate that, I think that's going to be the future wave.
Or similar. Speaking here, Lee. Not recreating, but in fact, maybe visiting the original. Do you have a story based on that?
Wow, that was a good.
That's smooth.
Going back to the original thing is always kind of,
it's always the way.
Warm and fuzzy inside. And a company out of London, England, had a really clever marketing strategy. And what they did was this company called Modular, they build like these 3D spaces, kind of like Matterport, which we've covered on the pod before. And what they did was they actually recreated Steve Jobs' garage.
Oh, wow.
And they've made a complete replica of the garage that Steve Jobs founded Apple in, and then also turned the rest of the property into a museum of Steve Jobs and Apple.
Nice. And Steve Woz.
I'll link it in the bio the description for everyone to follow along with us, but we're going to take a little tour and look around Steve Jobs' garage.
Yeah, so when you go in the garage, off the hop, there's some images.
I went off the freaking deep end here. I was going far.
I'm looking at Lewis's computer right now. He's still looking at the fake tits from the last.
I'm going deep down this rabbit hole on the last story. Yeah, so there's like in the garage, there's a bunch of pop culture. Like there's like the Simpsons Steve Jobs clip, and then there is the epic
Did you go in the
rap
garage?
battles.
You're not in the garage, huh?
Yeah, I'm in the garage.
No.
Yep, I am.
I go in the garage. I don't see no Simpsons.
On the left side, look at the photos, and then click on the plus button.
Oh, the plus button.
Yeah, so you see these old photos of like the original garage, but then if you click on them, there's like these pop culture references, which, funny enough, I completely forgot about epic rap battles of history.
Oh,
Do you guys remember that on YouTube?
Those were crazy.
Those were
awesome.
Crazy. Like,
they're going viral again on TikTok.
Are they?
But like in a cringe way.
Oh.
Yeah, because like the thing is that you're right. Back in the day, epic rap battles of history was like, I love that show, but like it's really dated right now. Like you look at it, it's really cringe.
I'll have to watch some of that offline.
So are they doing new content, or are they just recycling their old stuff?
Like
the stuff that's cringe.
The stuff that's cringe is their old stuff.
So you're saying it just doesn't hit the same?
It just doesn't.
It's like it's not even that it doesn't hit the same. Like because like you can go back and be like, oh, I remember that, but like it just
ain't with the times.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I have a warped perception of hip hop. Maybe I expect hip hop to be, a bit more hood, not by like these nerdy freaking dude.
Well, they're talking about history. I don't know what you want them to be doing. Like,
I don't know. Have you seen
Steve Jobs? Can you do something for me? That's funny. But yeah, so in the other rooms, you can see pictures of Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak and other critical roles in Apple.
Before you continue there, Lee, let's just maybe hear a clip of epic rap battles.
Do you want to do one?
Sometimes they did.
Let me just step right in. I got things to advance. I'm an innovator, baby, change the world. Fortune 500 before you kiss the girl. I'm a pimp, you're a nerd.
Stop. Yeah, it's
cringe. It's like it's.
I realize now.
It's not
At the
that
time,
funny either.
Some of them are okay. Like they had Key and Peele do like when they have like guest people on it too is kind of funny. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Maybe I haven't watched it.
It's been a long time. But there's a room in here too where they go through the all the Apple devices. You can see all the old Macs over time, and you can click on the images, and it pulls up like the Wikipedia article on that item.
Nice.
You can go look at all the old iPhones, the iPods. Really interesting. And then if you go to this other room, you can see all these old advertisements of like old Apple ads. And if you click on them on the wall, they kind of like open full screen, which I thought was really cool as well. So I think overall, this space, I'm actually a really big fan of it because what they've done, this company, I don't know how long this took for them to do, but probably not that long. Mm-hmm. They recreated the space.
Yeah, how did they do that? Do you guys think?
So they scanned it.
So they were allowed to go to his house and...
They must have. They must have been able to either scan it or they found someone that had access and they had them scan it. And then they took it into a artificial world and then put artificial finishes on it. So they put the modern lighting and white drywall. And then they put all these items on there that are like virtual. But the cool thing is like, this is a great ad for their business. Mm-hmm. And it's like a very immersive experience. It's being used around the globe. Like we're talking about it right here on the podcast. And honestly, like if you're an Apple fan, this is an awesome, like you could spend an hour on here. All the old TED Talks, his MIT lecture, old interviews. Like this is like going down the Steve Jobs rabbit hole, and it's all been curated for you. And it's like a way to just like learn all about the story.
Do you know what I'd be pissed off about? In this scan, there's a kid at the end of the driveway. Just one kid walking by.
I didn't even notice that.
It's just like one kid walking by and he's like in the same spot no matter what. I'd be kind of pissed off. I'm like,
what if that's supposed to be like a boy, Steve Jobs?
Actually, here's 1 second here. Is this even this isn't a real house?
No, it's all fake.
So they put that kid there on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they put fake trees, fake plants. They simulated sunlight, Lewis. It's all
simulated.
It's all simulated, yeah.
So this is a metaverse house.
Yeah, literally. And
speaking of which, actually, Lee.
What's that?
This is breaking news as well.
Oh, you got breaking news, Lewis?
Meta threw shade at Apple.
What?
Yeah, Meta threw shade at Apple.
Why are you just bringing up this now?
Because I just connected the two. Apple going in you saw an Apple metaverse? Well, speaking of which, Meta founder and CEO Zuckerberg did not mince his words when speaking about Apple's App Store monopoly at the DealBook Summit in New York on Wednesday. Okay, so here's what Zuck had to say. If you look at all the major computing platforms that have existed, iOS, Android, Windows, Apple stands out. It is the only one where one company can control what apps get on the device. I don't think that's sustainable or good.
It's crazy. It's true.
Yeah.
Even like on Mac OS, there is no you don't need to use the App Store.
Yeah. And then he said, I do think Apple has signaled themselves out as the only company that is unilaterally trying to control who gets to be on the App Store. So but you know what? That's also saying he wasn't that tough when he just beats the crap out of you.
He's all beat up. Yeah. You should see the other guy. Yeah. The thing is, Apple is the apex predator right now. There is no company in the world. Mm-hmm. There's no company that's on the level of Apple. So obviously that comes with a lot of power that they're obviously exploiting.
Yeah.
Thus is capitalism. So, is Zuck making any comments about their metaverse though, or just the App Store?
No. That just was a reminder there. Just their App Store. I think he is upset by that.
Well, that was a quick, snippy, snappy story, Lewis.
Oh, it was a snippy, snappy story. I wonder if we have more of those.
Oh, you know that we do.
Oh?
What's this week on the Snips?
Pop on over. An Australian company lost $100,000 worth of drones after 50 of them malfunctioned in the air, fell from the sky during a fireworks-esque production, which we've all seen these videos online. Super cool. Drones.
I love it.
Like the fireworks. Yeah. And just that's a tough blow to lose $100K when 50 of them fall from the sky.
Oh, I'm watching the video right
He
now.
must have had insurance, right?
You'd hope so.
Could you imagine that's what it says? It's like they had insurance. It's confirmed that they had insurance.
So so basically they just dropped.
It looks like they drop periodically. Like not like there's some of them where like they have dropped, but like if you watch the video,
yeah, they're just starting to drop from the show.
there's like 3 or 4 like at a time, and they just randomly are dropped. But I mean, to be honest, it kind of adds to the aesthetic.
Yeah, you almost wonder like if you were watching this live, you'd be like, oh, is that on purpose? Like that was pretty cool that it like dripped off a little bit there.
So 50 drones and $100,000. What's the math on that?
No, I think like that. Oh yeah, like how much do each cost?
$2,000 a drone. So these
Yeah.
must be like, oh yeah, it says right there. Each drone costs $2,000. That's crazy. So did they just? What was the reason? Like, why did they fall? Why did some fall, and not others? If they're all like connected to the same devices.
Yeah.
I don't know that answer.
We're looking into GPS interference to see what's gone wrong. Yo, could you imagine it was like a malicious act?
Yeah.
Like someone was
a-
able to like interfere.
It was a fireworks enthusiast who's like, America, like we
Yeah,
need
Fireworks.
traditional fireworks.
Yo, honestly, that's like I think Storm's theory is the most plausible explanation at this point. They don't have one. They're looking into GPS interference. Who's incentivized
Yeah.
to stop? I mean, this is way better than fireworks. It doesn't fucking destroy the fish
Yeah.
and the birds and give the squirrels heart attacks.
not loud.
These ones might have.
Yeah, these ones. True. The blades just go down and just start making sashimi. But like compared to standard fireworks, these are awesome. They're reusable. They're like good for the environment. They don't have a lot of loud sound. You could probably play music in the background. They sync to music rather than like the loud pop pop pop.
Yeah.
So yeah, who has the incentive to do something like this?
Yeah, dogs love them. Like,
Yeah.
I'd probably troll if I was hacking this. I would troll everyone. I would just like make
a
it say,
dick.
like, F you or a dick. Yeah.
Yeah, a giant dick shaped
Drone
thing.
Yeah.
That would be.
Wouldn't that be just
iconic.
so awesome?
yeah,
Yo,
giant penises, man.
Yeah.
Just
What is up
so
with
great.
that? Yeah.
See, here's the thing: is like standard fireworks, you can't do that. You can't you can't change the pattern and make it like hack it, and turn it into a wiener. But like you hypothetically could hack, 100 drones doing a drone show in a small town.
That is a big pro for drones versus fireworks is that you can make dick shapes for sure.
Yeah.
So that's what.
It's in favor.
It's hilarious because sorry, I just had to do a quick aside here because this got me interested in like why has humanity just loved drawing dicks so much?
It's because men like dicks.
It's just funny.
Sorry, pause.
It's true. We love our own dicks.
Well, it's funny because I just looked back and I'm telling you this now because it's in my browser history.
What's that in your browser history?
History of penis art.
Okay.
So there's some, obviously the ancient Greeks, but there's some where it's like in the Middle Ages, they used to draw comically large ones.
Like what's comically large?
Like a woman is riding it like a horse.
Oh.
Like it's on like not in a sexual provocative way.
So many wangs on Lewis's computer right now.
Yeah. It's like super bad, like the.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Cool.
that was a snip on its own.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Thanks for sharing, Lewis.
We'll call that a little circumcision aside, a little snip.
The wiener corner. Little snip.
Yeah. All right. Next up, TikTokification of PowerPoint. Microsoft's letting people create vertical portrait mode slides in its mobile app. So moving away from the horizontal that we've grown to love, everybody likes vertical content. So what do you guys think of that?
That makes sense.
This makes sense. Yeah, like actually, I never really thought about that before because even today I always send pitch decks over in landscape mode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this is
I mean, if you're on imagine going on Zoom, it might just if you're doing a presentation to 1,000 people, it might honestly be a better way to do in landscape or in portrait because more people are going to be watching through their phone.
well, even just using even for TikTok videos,
Yeah.
so if I had a little pitch deck like this, and then I could do a little green screen effect and as the pitch deck's going across in the background, I just feel like this is presentations are going to be on a portrait screen a lot more often. So
Yeah.
it's a good idea. Microsoft making low risk changes constantly.
Yep,
They're honestly really good at it. I had no shade there. They literally just they're like Apple, except for the design's not always as great, but they just keep doing shit.
Yeah, that's a change. That's all I can really say about it. It's a change.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it is. Number 3 on the list, It's a new dating concept.
Oh.
It's called Meet. No, it's on Meet. So Beyond Meat, actually. It's on
Beyond Meat's made a big swivik.
So how it works, super simple. They're saying the traditional way to get dates back in the day was to buy people a drink. Mm-hmm. You find a person you'd like to connect with, you buy them a drink, send them a nice intro message. If they accept the drink, a chat window will be unlocked. They can redeem their drink on Starbucks or DoorDash. If they don't accept the drink invitation, the money comes back to you. So
Wait. So does this mean like there's someone that you want to match with, so you offer them a drink?
Yeah.
you buy them a drink.
But they're not with you in person, so they just go to Starbucks and get a free drink.
Yeah, just to have a conversation with you.
Yo,
Dude.
Forget OnlyFans, man. Now every suburban white girl can get in on the action. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, this is like the best thing ever for
women.
Yeah, like,
Man, women are getting more and more power. I feel so bad for all the incels. Like these poor guys. You know what's gonna happen, Lewis, right?
oh yeah, what's gonna happen is that they're just gonna keep swiping right. They're gonna accept so many drinks. They're gonna get like 500 freaking free drinks.
Yo, I'm getting Kayla on this app right now.
Yeah, well,
Kayla, post the thirst traps.
I did show. Well, yeah, I showed this to Kirsten actually. I'm like, hey, new app idea, and she's like, I love this. She's like, free Starbucks, I'm in, and I'm like, I'm not even mad. Yeah, I'll probably hop on there. Like, why wouldn't you?
I'm hopping on there with a catfish.
Yeah,
Because I want drinks.
I'm just saying, what you do is you get all of our girlfriends to go on there. We develop an AI bot that just talks to them. And then
Makes
we
them
don't
feel important?
Yeah, there we go. And we're good to go.
Yeah.
We're going to Starbucks every morning. $30 tabs, guys. Like,
Yeah.
it's on me.
Yeah.
It's on me. It's not on us.
Yo, we're getting
It's on me.
venties. We're getting venties on this shit.
We're getting venties on meat. You know, you pull up to the drive-thru. Hey guys, don't worry, it's on meat. This is ridiculous. Whoever built this app is just trying to fuck with men.
Yeah.
No,
what do you
it's
guys think
probably
of-
someone who wants a free Starbucks.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I don't fucking blame them.
It's
They have to have a conversation, or can they just literally accept it and just say hi? Like,
Yeah,
how do they
I
validate the conversation's like good enough?
That's probably it.
That's probably it. It's
Like,
probably
how
not much
else
of a
would
bar.
you do it?
Okay, let me get on the App Store right now. Is this in Canada?
I'm not sure.
This is a great find, Storm. Good job. This is
find. Oh my god. Oh, the social media buttons don't work at the bottom. I'm not even.
If you go to the
convinced
top, it
this is
says
real.
download on the App Store. I think, I mean, ultimately, like big picture, like not in a comedic way. This seems more like one of those things like, is it a feature or is it an app, right? And it feels like a feature that could be, if it was successful, all the big ones are going to steal it. And
But I don't think it might be successful, but it's almost like a bad thing. Because like up until now, Tinder, Bumble, what other ones are there?
Grindr.
Grindr.
Speaking of, it's on Meat, Grindr.
Oh shit, nice. Like there's no transaction. I mean, you certainly could ask the guy, hey, can you Venmo me? But like there's no implied transaction. And there was already a ton of power on the female side, like where I think it's like girls swipe 50%, or sorry, no, girls swipe 10% of the time, right?
Yeah.
So 1 out of 10 guys gets the pass, where guys like swipe 50-50. So it's clearly the power is in their court. Now you add all these guys in buying drinks. Like, dude, I feel bad for the poor scoundrels. Like, I think all the platforms will pick it up at some point and be like, hey, guys are going to pay. And if we can keep a cut of it and the girls get rewarded, it's like micro OnlyFans in a way. you
Well,
know?
it's like, it's funny because like the psychology, it doesn't translate into the app world, because the way it works, if you go to a bar and you buy a girl a drink, or a guy, whatever, you know, whatever your preferences are, like they talk to you because, well, like no one's just gonna run off in the bar, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's that social pressure from the physical aspect.
It's etiquette. Like he
yeah.
buys a drink.
I'll
If I
ta-
accept
I'll-
it, I'll talk to him.
I'll talk to him, see what's up. But like on the app, just I freaking block you after I get my venti, you know? like you're gone.
Get owned.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like there's like these cultural social norms, and it's almost the guy doesn't buy the drink to get your talking,
Yeah.
right? Like get your time. It's a manners thing. Like before I expect you to respond to me, like I want to just, it's like opening the door for somebody, or you know, offering them your coat. It's like an etiquette thing, and now this etiquette is just going to be like exploited.
Yeah, exactly. Which, I mean, to be fair, it's already exploited,
Yeah.
right? How many girls just like go and flirt with all the dudes at the bar just to get free,
Get free drinks,
right?
Yeah,
Like
this is
that's-
that on steroids.
This is like literally that, but
safer.
you don't even,
Dude.
you're safer.
But safer.
Yeah.
Literally, all the incentives are there for the girl. Like the girls win huge on this platform
Yeah.
because they're gonna get
Free drinks.
10x drinks, 10 times more safety.
Zero dudes to talk to.
Zero dudes to talk to.
Zero weird
They can be
dudes to talk
married
to.
with kids. Kayla's gonna be on this app. I'm gonna use her
wait, what?
pics.
Yeah, I'm
But
giving.
what do you mean married with kids?
No, she's not married with kids. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Sits down with this when I get home.
Yeah. I already tried to find it on the App Store. I couldn't find it.
I'm coming home with it. I'll have 3 ventis into. So get your Starbucks order in tonight.
We're gonna be sponsored every podcast episode. We're gonna have a drink beside us.
That was really funny.
So,
God, that was
speaking
good.
of funny, what do you got next?
I have one last snip, and it's actually a personal anecdote. You both know that I used to ride around town in the Fiat, right? And I mean, small car, I loved that car, but not something super proud to be, driving. But recently switched to a Volkswagen Beetle, which is arguably worse than a little Fiat driving around town. And and I lost my Italian.
I can't even let you finish, man.
And I lost my Italian culture with the Fiat. But thankfully, something that's going viral is Volkswagen is in Italy, which is great. So I can keep my Italian connections here. And their username on Instagram, do one of you want to try and read?
Volkswagen genitalia.
Volkswagen genitalia.
Volkswagen genitalia.
The worst part is the bio is written in straight English.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what you did.
Someone-
You could have put Volkswagen Italy.
So
or
oh
Italia.
no, I can see where it says "see original."
Oh, they translated
Yeah.
it. Okay.
But so to anyone who's not seeing it right now, Volkswagen went to Italy and it's Volkswagen Italia. That's what it says, but it looks like Volkswagen and then it says genitalia.
Genitalia. And I really want to get this printed out and just slap it on my car now, just to show that I still have my Italian roots to me.
Yeah, I still follow the Volkswagen.
This is a
Italia.
Volkswagen, but it's Volkswagen genitalia. Italia.
Oh,
So that's my little.
That's pretty much a meme right there, though. But you got more memes?
You got more.
Let's just
memes?
leave it. Let's just call that the meme.
Thanks for listening to the pod, everybody. Give us a follow on all the social media platforms. We're posting out TikToks like every single day now. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Make sure you give us a follow.
And if you're a big fan of this episode and this podcast, please give us a 5-star review on all of the places you listen to your podcast, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to. And yeah, that's about everything.
Also download It's On Me, and make sure to send drinks to Kirsten, Kayla, and Sydney, who are not us, but we appreciate
Happily take them.
Yeah. They will happily
That's the way you
talk
can
to
support the pod.
Yeah.
There you go.
If you like this podcast, share it with someone that you like. And if you don't like this podcast, share it with someone you don't like.
There you go.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.